Each day, long before many of us are headed to work, a unique team of medics and outreach workers are scouring our streets, extending a lifeline to the most vulnerable. Addressing homelessness in South Florida is taking a radical turn, as I saw firsthand riding with the mobile street medics of the Lazarus Project. To you and I, he's a faceless stranger. A man who was living in a discarded cardboard box, nudged in a doorway on a busy downtown Miami street. This morning, responding to a lifeline and offer of help.
When you even pull the cardboard back, I'm sure there's even a moment of hoping he's still alive.
In this case, we've known him for over a year. So as you can see, he trusts us right away.
Miguelito, as he's known, and dozens of others like him, are searched for every morning and attended to by a unique medical and outreach team that scours the Magic City streets.
Over there!
Rain or shine, they bring a new wave of doctoring to the streets.
He's preparing the medication.
They bandage wounds and lives. They are the face of the Lazarus Project. For this team, there is an urgent mission. It is delivering help and hope to the most chronic of homeless, so many of them suffering from mental illness, some of them on the streets for decades or more.
Everybody here cares about the people that we're trying to help.
It's a novel idea, slowly changing the paradigm and price tag of addressing chronic homelessness and its nexus with mental illness and the costs of hospitalization and often incarceration. In a recent homeless trust count of the homeless population on Miami-Dade streets, some 64% were identified as having serious mental illnesses.
One of the most important programs we fund now is a program called the Lazarus Project.
Ron Book, president of the Homeless Trust.
Understanding we're not going to get all the chronic people off the streets, and understanding the vast majority of the chronic population have mental health related issues. We make sure they're getting their prescriptive medicines. We make sure their health care needs are being met on the streets.
The team searches for clues to lives that are hanging in the balance. Weary souls like 58-year-old Valcent. How do you feel right now today? What is in your mind?
I'm tired for everything. I'm so tired for everything.
And the Lazarus program is about showing them that we are prepared to embrace them and bring them and help them and take to meet their needs on the street if necessary, hoping that at some point they're going to come in.
We're talking to them every day.
The project is the brainchild of Lazaro Trueba, a 20-year veteran of Miami's homeless assistance program. Devoted, driven, he goes where many wouldn't venture. So right now, what's the mission?
To find Jesse, a.k.a. Bigfoot. And when you see him, you know why we call him Bigfoot. Today is when he gets his monthly injection, so yeah, we need to find him.
Amid torrential rains, the team is driven to locate Jesse, to administer a shot that has stabilized his world. After 2 decades of living on the streets and struggling with mental illness, at first he used to run away from the team. In the middle of the tornado warnings, you find him.
There you go. You see, that's the way life is.
Adrian Mesa, a psychiatric nurse practitioner from Camillus Health.
The first time I saw him was walking right up Flagler Street, and he was scared of us.
Now he comes to them.
You saw how he came towards the van. He recognizes the van, he recognizes the people in it, and he does trust us. He's doing good.
Yeah?
He's doing really well. Yeah, actually. He's very calm. He doesn't want to go back into the shelter. I think he's managed to stay out of the hospital, and he's managed to stay out of jail. I mean, it's part of one of the way you see the success of the project. Because not only are you improving somebody's quality of life, but at the same time, you're also saving taxpayer money by keeping these people out of the hospital and out of the jail.
Beyond distributing medicine, their bonds are palpable. Acts of kindness sweeten life here. There's joy in not just giving Jesse a new pair of dry sneakers, but in the tying of his laces.
Because a lot of people might ask, what's the cost of this project? Right? And the truth is, what's the cost of not doing this project?
And from there, they're in better position to decide to come here to shelter.
And we know that we're reaching people that otherwise we could not reach and we could not fulfill their needs.
The Lazarus Project committed to doing it. One round, one visit, one pair of old sneakers, one emptied cardboard box at a time. The Lazarus Project was named in a nod to two men. Lazaro Trueba, the supervisor who had that light bulb moment, let's bring the medicine to the streets, and the biblical figure Lazarus, who is symbolic of the miracle of restoring life after death. Coming up, the journey from street to shelter. Michelle Gillen, CBS 4 News.